A day in the life of a nobody. A day in the life of a nobody.
Well, Happy New Year to everyone. I'm certainly hoping for a better year this year. The latest is that my mother, who suffers from dementia, well, she's not the only one that suffers through her dementia, but she's the one with the dementia. She came up to my sisters for Christmas, spent 3 or 4 days with them. I've never seen my sister smile as broadly as she did when I came to pick her up to bring her to my house. My sister was clearly delighted to be rid of her, and understandably so on reflection. She came here on the 27th. We survived the 28th, which was a hard one. The 29th we managed. The 30th we managed. When I say we, I was at work all day, so it was largely on Gemma's shoulder to survive the daytime, and then on both of our shoulders to survive the evening. And it is a case of survival, because there's the sort of sundowning period when she just becomes obsessed with some deep anxiety about what's happening to her, what she's supposed to be doing, where the dog is, where the cat is, has the dog been fed, should she have a bath, round and round and round. I mean, there was one evening when Gemma and I were just trying to have a conversation in the kitchen. We'd left her watching the television, one of those quiz shows which she, normally can sort of stick at, but we kept hearing the door open, and now can I just ask, now I know I've asked this before, I mean, it would be funny if it wasn't just so exhausting, and for the fact that she gets so upset about what's going to happen to her, and jumps to the worst conclusion every time. You're just trying to get rid of me. You just want to get rid of me. Nobody wants people when they're old. It's like, and I suppose my biggest problem is that I can't stop myself trying to reason with her, and that is pointless. I know it is. Intellectually, I know that. And yet I can't stop myself doing it. But I suppose it's because the accusations are so awful. You don't love me, you just want to get rid of me, you just want my money, that you feel you've got to address it. You can't just go, yeah, no, it's fine, everything's fine, go and sit down. I can't do it. I have to go, you haven't got any money, and I don't want it if you did. We're not trying to get rid of you, we're trying to put you in the best place possible for the condition you're in. What's the matter with me? Well, you have dementia, which is a sort of progressive disease, which, does affect your short-term memory, as you're experiencing. Nonsense. Says who? Well, the doctor and me. What do you know? Well, I know what the doctor told me, and I'm witnessing it. So, I mean, it's kind of, I suppose it's just built into us, those arguments you learn to do. You learn when you're a child with your sibling. You learn, or at least I certainly did, the way to argue. You learn how to present your case, how to dismiss their case, how to trash their case. I mean, it sounds awful, but it's true, isn't it? That's certainly what I do. I disprove them through logic, using logic. I disprove their theory and put forward mine, and and defend it to the death. So yes, I find it so hard not to, Gemma keeps going, just Adrian, shh, Adrian, just ushering me out, and she's right. I keep feeling, but I've got stuff I need to tell her. I need to tell her about this to make sure she understands that she's wrong and I'm right. But Gemma's better able to deal with that, and I'm really not. So we survived till the 31st, And then Jacob was having a party, so it's the first today. Jacob was having a party last night. Just 20 or 30 people. Yep, and it was. But it was fine. Fine. I mean, it went on to about 4. Because I've got one of these apps, so I can turn down the, because it's Sonos, I can turn down the volume. So I was having a fight with somebody at about 4 o'clock in the morning when they kept turning it up, and I kept going onto my phone and turning it down again, and then more and more abruptly till they got the message that it was too loud, and the boom, boom, boom was keeping me awake. They got the message eventually. So yes, so Gemma, it was Gemma's kind of turn, if you like, because I've got to be there in a week's time. I've got to be there all week at my mother's house, sorting out everything and getting rid of things and packing everything and all that. So Gemma had volunteered to go. I will take back down to Kent, stay a couple of days, and then come back up. And she was going to do that on the 1st, which is today, but we decided actually it wasn't worth the hassle. So we told my mother it was the 1st on the 31st, and Gemma took her. You're just trying to get rid of me. Yeah. Took her back to Kent yesterday. I think she had a challenging journey, a journey full of questions. So yes, she sounded a little taut when I spoke, Gemma that is, when I spoke to her yesterday evening. And so yes, so she's back there and Gemma's with her until Saturday and then coming back again, and then she's got about a week on her own, which will, is appalling to have a week on her own. But I mean, she won't, she's got care going in, but she just wants to be with my family. I just want to be with my family. And do what? What do you want to do with us when you're with us? There's only one thing you do, and that is question us till we explode or run away about what it is you're supposed to be doing, or where the dog is, or where your glasses are, or why your hearing aid doesn't work, or I shan't sleep. Or, why not? You don't need your glasses to sleep. Well, I shan't sleep anyway. They're worrying for where they are. Why? Why would you worry? They're going to be somewhere in the house because you don't leave the house. Anyway. So she's down there, and it's her greatest nightmare going into a care home. But the one we've chosen is really nice, frankly. I'd go there. Honest to God, I'd go there for the peace and quiet. And it's like a hotel. I mean, it's a free bar. What's to not like? A free bar, room service for your food if you want it, or just go and sit in one of the 4 or 5 restaurants they have. You can wander out anytime you like. It's your home. You don't have to stay. It's not prison. So you wander through the foyer and into the car park and into town. I mean, honestly, it's not like a I shouldn't have done that. It's not like one of those homes where people are sitting there dribbling into their armchairs or eating the soil out of the pot plant next to them. I mean, they might do that, but you don't see it. Certainly not in the bit I went into, which is delightful. And they're having her grand piano. They said, yes, we'll have her grand piano. I bet you will. It's 10 grand's worth of it, if not more. But anyway, so she'll have her piano with her. And my delightful mother-in-law, who I'm very fond of, love very much, said to me yesterday morning, is she really as bad as you think? And I understand why she said it, and it's because my mother performs when anybody who she knows she can't misbehave in front of, when anybody like that is there, and how are you? And I can do anything. I'm very well. I used to live in a big house, she perform. I still play the piano and I still teach. No, you don't. So to the outside eye, they're like, well, she's just, she's Lorraine and she's old, but she seems fine. She's not. She's not fine. The hysterics that come up every time she gets anxious about something, or we give the wrong answer or an answer she misinterprets or whatever it might be, and has absolute meltdown. The repetition, the blame, the incredibly harsh things she says to you. I looked after my parents and my in-laws. When? Because your mum died in hospital. Your dad was with us for about a month. Yes, he was with us in our house for a month with lung cancer. He wasn't asking us questions incessantly and having hysterics. He was just lying in a bed. My other grandfather, the in-laws, well, one died under a bus. She didn't look after him because he died under a bus. And the other one died when she was 19. That's my grandmother that I never met. And I think they might have gone up and looked after, helped care for her with multiple sclerosis. Again, in bed, not asking questions constantly. And I doubt it was for months on end. It probably would have been a couple of weekends here and there. But legend has it that my mother nursed her for the last years of her life. That's not true. Absolutely not true. My mother was at the Royal Academy. My father was at university. They did not live up in Leicester when my grandmother was dying. But there's no point in telling her that, because it's not the truth social that she's been telling herself for years, and everybody else who'll listen. How she nursed all of the aged peas. She didn't. But the great thing is, I'm not bitter about it, and that's good. Yeah. Right. Well, I've let off a bit of steam, so Happy New Year.